American veterans have returned to New Zealand to mark the 70th anniversary of their friendly invasion of the Second World War. 15,000 Marines were camped at Paikakariki near Wellington in 1942 before going off to fight in the Pacific. Adam Ray reports.
For the first time in 7 decades, the Army tents and the US servicemen are back at Paikakariki.
The one thing that didn't change was the hospitality. It was great. I'm getting choked up here.
Navy veteran Ted Pickard was part of a huge American deployment here. 15,000 US Marines stayed in camps near Paikakariki.
These New Zealanders certainly did things right. When we got off the train, there was a band again.
It was a friendly invasion.
The whole region was involved in feeding the camps, doing their laundry. So this was a whole city here that was temporarily built. It appeared overnight almost.
Frank Zallett has fond memories of Kiwi hospitality, but he was here to mourn as well, a survivor of a landing craft accident that killed 10 sailors in 1943. It was Memorial Day in the United States, a fitting day to unveil a memorial to his drowned buddies.
Everything's coming back, and it doesn't seem 70 years ago. I remember Paikakariki like it happened last week. I've always have.
The arrival of US forces gave many a sense of security at a time when Japan dominated much of the Pacific. The Marines were also a welcome sight for younger New Zealand women, with so many New Zealand men serving overseas at the time.
You might as well say there were no men left in New Zealand, only old men.
Elia Dunlop says the Americans' confidence in good manners were a big hit with the ladies.
Great days, and when I met my future husband-to-be, he said, "How did you get on with the Yanks?" I said, "Best years of my life."
While the US servicemen and the Kiwis they met here have all aged, their memories of the friendly invasion haven't. Adam Ray, 3 News.
Former United States Marines have returned to New Zealand to mark 70 years of a special bond. All up, around 100,000 Marines made New Zealand their temporary home. And as Aaron Soma reports, today's special service coincides with America's Memorial Day.
A salute to 70 years of special friendships. Claude Bone was 18 when he first came to New Zealand. Now he's 87.
Just being so accepted, it was unreal, and that's why I'm here.
He was one of 100,000 US Marines who landed on our shores in the 40s, preparing for the Pacific War and protecting New Zealand when our troops were fighting overseas. Thousands of Marines were based in Kapiti, where today's service was held.
It was overwhelming. We are overwhelmed. We had never expected anything like this.
A memorial was unveiled for the 10 men killed here when their vessel capsized in June 1943. The memorial has been positioned specifically so that every year on June 20 at midday, when the sun shines down, it'll illuminate the names of those who drowned on the gravel behind. The Marines rave about the care New Zealanders had for them.
If every nation was like New Zealand, there'd be no wars anymore. Everybody would be friendly.
These young ladies that I was associated with actually helped refine me a little bit.
2 countries helping each other, distant memories relived, now decades on. Aaron Soma, 1 News.